So ECW on Sci-Fi. The show opens up with Yoshitatsu defeating the return of William Regal.
Right.
That is a major push when you have someone brand new like Tatsu.
Right.
Defeating, which we called earlier in the shows that William Regal is going to be stiff enough to teach these new guys.
He is going to be a stepping stone for these new guys.
Yeah. Well, not in that sense where he jobbed one out.
Yeah, not job what I mean, but just to kind of push these guys to see if they're ready for that.
Yeah, but wow, I was really surprised that William Regal jobbed out to this guy.
Well, I don't
as
even
much
know
as I was surprised that Shelton Benjamin jobbed out to this guy. They're really, really pushing this guy.
And I really haven't seen anything from him.
I still want to see the feud, Funaki versus this guy.
I think that would work. But the problem is, I'm kind of interested to find some background on this guy just because of the simple fact they're giving this guy a lot of time.
Well, they try to...
he's opening every show.
I think it was Matt Stryker who tried to put some kind of storyline together.
Right.
That William Regal wrestled a lot in Japan.
Right.
And this Yoshitatsu has a mentor there, which William Regal, I guess, messed up. He injured him and kind of ended his career.
Oh, sure.
So this was the student of that mentor, and now he's trying to get revenge. It sounded like a great storyline,
right?
But it didn't seem like that to me. As far as if there was a lot of... if that was the case, maybe Regal should have mentioned that when he had the microphone, that I'm going to destroy you just like I destroyed your mentor.
Yeah.
That would have been great. But I don't know if Matt Stryker was told to say that, or did it just come out of his ass? Because it seemed like that.
I don't know. It's kind of weird.
Matt Stryker, he's not the sharpest tool. I don't know why I think he's a nephew to somebody on staff.
I don't know.
But I don't know why he's doing commentating.
Me neither. But you know what? I'm getting kind of used to it now.
Really?
Yeah. I've never liked Matt Stryker. I always thought he would have been better as a wrestler. His teacher gimmick was pretty cool. Yeah. It was really old school stuff.
Yeah, it's been done before.
Yeah, it's been done, but at the same time, it was pretty good with a little pink sweater and stuff. It was pretty cool. But commentary, I'm just going to have to get used to it because I don't think they're going to move him.
The teacher role, I think, maybe has started with the Genius, kind of.
Right.
And then it morphed into Shane Douglas role. And then it kind of morphed into Stevie Richards being kind of like a teacher kind of type thing. And then you have Matt Stryker. So, it's something that's been done before. I really don't have that much respect for Matt Stryker. The next match was Ezekiel Jackson defeated a local jobber named Mike Williams. And then after the match, you see Vladimir Kozlov comes out. And they do a little stare down in the ring. And then Kozlov gets the jobber and does the exact same finisher. Mm-hmm. I'm assuming they had the same finishers. And it's kind of like, I'm going to one up on you, and I could do this finisher a lot better than you.
Right.
So, we're used to seeing Ezekiel Jackson as a heel, and then as he came to ECW, you don't know if he's a heel or a face, so he was walking that tweener line. So now it may look like Vladimir Kozlov is probably going to have a feud with Ezekiel Jackson, putting him at the face level.
Which kind of confused me.
Yeah.
But what happened to him and Christian?
Well, that's what I said a couple of weeks ago. Why are you going to be building up Kozlov, showing him, working out with the MMA workouts, and then, defeating Tommy Dreamer, what was it, last week?
Right.
And then all of a sudden he's back down to a mid-card?
Right.
I don't get it.
Well, I don't understand it. I've been saying that I like the guy. I like what they were doing with the videos. I liked how they pushed the guy. But I do remember you saying he's very stiff, he's very green, and it doesn't work. So I can kind of see why they put him back down. The Ezekiel thing, I thought it would have been great for him to be a heel. And then for those two to kind of meet up kind of threw me off.
I like Vladimir. I like his gimmick. I like his character.
So do I.
It just, right now he's actually getting the Nikolai Volkov treatment.
Yeah. He's kind of just thrown anywhere.
I don't like it. I especially don't like this next match, which was Shelton Benjamin that defeated a Goldust. Now, let me tell you this. week in and week out, we've been saying that Goldust should go back to the dark side and become a heel.
Yep.
And you could see it. You know what? I'm used to seeing Goldust back in the 90s with the widescreen version, the 14 karat gold production.
Yep.
You know, with the glitter coming down, the confetti coming down. That Goldust with the heel.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. When they don't even show that anymore.
They don't show anything.
They came back from commercial and Goldust was already getting inside the ring.
Horrible.
Even his hairpiece looks messed up.
Horrible.
It looked like he just woke up from.
That's a guy
bed.
that should be on Raw.
Goldust?
Yep.
You think so?
Yep. Take the Hornswoggle, take him out, and put him on Raw.
But with all the talent that's already on Raw,
yeah,
he should be at
Why
least
not?
SmackDown.
The guy's in shape. The guy can wrestle.
He's barely now in shape.
If you put the heel Goldust that you're talking about in there, with that edginess on Raw, it's going to make for a spicy show, man.
I agree with you. But it's
going to be different.
But I agree with you. But until he was on Raw already, and they didn't use him.
Yeah, but I'm talking about if you make him a heel, not just keep him as regular Goldust now with
with
his repeating himself and all that crap. But if you move him to the old school Goldust and you put him on Raw, I think it would work.
I think it would work. Imagine
because you got to separate the John Cena and Triple H.
Right.
Regardless who wins this Sunday.
Right.
You got to separate those two because they're both playing face.
Mm-hmm.
So you got to have more guys who are going to challenge those top names.
Mm-hmm. Who
else is there in Raw? I mean, you have Mark Henry that are doing pretty impressive with Jericho, but are they going to give him a title shot right away? I hardly doubt that. But if you put a Goldust in there in the mix, he doesn't have to get a title shot, but just kind of mess with John Cena or Triple H till they find some good storyline for them. It would work.
Here's a good storyline. I'm going to give it away for free.
Mm-hmm.
If you say what I think you say, become heel,
mm-hmm.
who's a good face right now that's getting pushed up in Raw?
That's getting pushed up on Raw?
Yeah.
Kofi Kingston. Primo.
No. I'm talking about maybe mid-card going to...
There's really nobody.
To the top.
Really nobody.
That's the problem.
Really nobody.
That's the problem. And so for example, I'm just going to use John Cena as an example, okay? I'm not saying that this should be John Cena. I'm just going to use him as an example, okay?
Right.
Just imagine in the backstage, John Cena just finishes his match, whatever it may be.
Right.
Okay? And all of a sudden he comes upon a golden envelope.
Right. Yes.
Okay?
Yeah.
And then it has something written on there, and you don't know what it is because he read it to himself.
Right.
And then say, like, next week,
mm-hmm.
after John Cena finishes a match, there's maybe some golden roses in John Cena's locker room.
Yeah.
Okay? And then say, like, the next week, there's something that now you know for sure that there is a return of some kind of heel with Goldust.
Right.
Kind of very much likely what he did with Razor Ramon.
Right.
Show him some kind of attraction towards him, getting messed with his head,
mm-hmm.
and then you have a nice feud.
It would work, and John Cena's the perfect guy to do that with.
You think so? Well, I'm just using him as
I know.
an example.
So I mean, Triple H is not going to work too much because he's pretty much the mind game guy already.
Mm-hmm.
So John Cena would work great.
I just like to see that.
I think people like to see the Triple H and Randy Orton feud more than they like the John Cena Randy Orton feud.
I like to see, yes, I want to see DiBiase with a major push, and I want to see that match, Randy Orton versus the return of the $1 million belt.
That would be awesome.
Ted DiBiase.
But Goldust on Raw, I think it's gonna that would work. And then what you're describing, you give it some weeks in between he comes in or something like that.
Yeah.
That builds up a Goldust, and that also forgets that Goldust is kind of missing on ECW. You know what I mean? It gives you time to kind of say, okay, you forget the last dumb thing he did on ECW.
Right.
So you build him up on Raw.